Lagos.
All right, let's take you back to post-presidential election developments, where the Northern Northern Elders are promising to firmly defend the mandate freely given to the APC presidential candidate Bola Tinubu in the February the 25th presidential election. Now, they also described as illegal and undemocratic the alleged plots to install an interim government in the country. Now, to walk us through this development in the polity, let's speak with a member of the AREWA Elders Convention, KABIR AHMED, who joins us via phone from Abuja. Good to have you join us.
Thank you.
I want to get your thoughts on this particular development. We're hearing a lot about interim government, and the DSS had even had to react to this particular call some time ago. What's your thought on this?
Yes, like we x-rayed at the AREWA Elders Convention, interim government, any call for interim government amounts to treason. And we discussed all this. The general signing during the convention also went further to explain that if it were in the military, it will be treated as such, and nothing less than that is expected of it during when a civilian carries out the same acts. So these are acts capable of truncating the democracy. It is only people who don't know what we went through. Yeah, the present democratic dispensation that will be doing that. It is very unfortunate. The actions of Mr. Peter Obi of Labour Party, the presidential candidate, and also Mr. Deputy Ahmed, we consider such as being very, very unfortunate. And we advise them to toe the proper line, go through the courts. It is only when they believe they have no case at the courts that they will be trying to carry out undemocratic means to achieve, and this can only disrupt the nascent democracy, and will not allow that.
Mr. Ahmed, I just want to ask you, because some people will say these people also have a right to say whatever they want to say, but this is perhaps the first time in this democratic dispensation we're seeing this kind of call. Since 1999, we've had people win elections and people lose elections. Those who lose elections will take advantage of the provisions of the judiciary and then, take their grievances to court. And if they win a court, they are inaugurated. If not, everyone moves on till the very next election. But this particular call, what do you think is the implication of this, especially for our national security?
They don't have the right to say whatever. I repeat the word, whatever they want to say. It's not whatever. They can only carry out their activities, and their pronouncements must be within the context of the law. Where certain activities are deemed to be inducement towards the of the system, that will not be acceptable. And it goes contrary to the provisions of the Nigerian law. So they should do things in line with the provisions of the law. They are already in court. They should allow the legal proceedings to unfold. And that does not in any way hamper or disturb the president's ongoing transition. An election was held, a winner has emerged, and we in the North are very proud to say that we voted massively for Bola Tinubu and will not allow anything that would disturb the transition. And we stand firmly on the May 29th handover date. Anything short of that will be an invitation to anarchy. It is over. What kind of madness is that? Are these the people that want to lead the country? I'm bold to say that Nigeria has actually missed a bullet.
All right. So, Mr. Jamul, Mr. Ahmed, rather, let me comment. Again, I want to ask you how you think that this should be handled. Because again, one of the things that people have largely said about this particular election is that Nigeria has never been this divided, that perhaps we've seen the divisive nature of, in this particular election, how divided we've become, and that we should be moving towards healing. So looking at the balance towards healing and ensuring that, we're also not doing anything to tamper with our national security, how do you think that this should be handled?
Well, during the convention, this is one of the items that, and we came out clear to say that we are committed to the unity, progress, and the development of Nigeria. The peace and peaceful coexistence of the country is very dear to us. And as such, we call on each and every person, every Nigerian, to also be committed to it. But utterances that seem to divide the people further, like the issue of calling the election a religious war, we condemn that in totality. It's not a religious war. People are free to choose who they feel they're choosing. People are free to vote according to their conscience. We have so many of the states that have one line of faith for the governor and the deputy governor. And this has been happening over the years without any complaints from anybody, unless and until when somebody comes to start punching holes and start to use that to its advantage. So this is very unfortunate and it's not acceptable. And we also reiterated that it is something that very much looks like what happened in 1966. All
right, Mr. Ahmed, I'm afraid we do have to leave it there. Mr. Ahmed, my apologies, we do have to leave it there. Thank you so much for talking to us. Member of the AREWA Elders Convention, KABIR Ahmed.